Today we're making a pot roast, and we're starting out with a rocket hot cast iron pan, nice big cast iron pan, and we're going to brown our roast in it. Okay, this is about a 2.5 pound chuck roast. It was about $10 at the grocery store. A pot roast is a great technique for an inexpensive cut of meat because we will be braising it. That is, cooking it slowly in liquid over a long period of time, and the braising process will result in a very tender version of a very tough cut of meat. It will break down the meat nicely and give us a very tender cut. So we're cooking this, like I said, we're browning this in a very hot pan. The idea of browning it before braising it is not to seal in the juices, but to add a layer of flavor to the dish. If you can just put the raw meat right in the braising vessel, and it'll cook just fine, and you'll get a pot roast. But if you take this extra step, you'll get a much more flavorful roast. Now you'll see that I moved it from one side of the pan to the other. I started out with a large pan, much bigger than you would think for the piece of meat. But by doing this, by moving it to the other side of the pan, you're moving it to a fresh, hot part of the pan, so that you'll get a better sear. Right? So while this side is browning, the other side of the pan now is getting hot again, and when we turn it again to sear the edges, you'll see that that's nice and hot and ready to sear that. So I'm just letting this play out here in real time so you can see exactly how long it takes to do this. It's not terribly time consuming, but you do need a little patience. You don't want to turn it too soon. You want to give it a chance to brown well. If you turn it too soon, it will stick to the pan. So if you go to turn it and it feels like it's sticking, just leave it for a little while longer, and it will fine. Okay, so I'm going to turn it again up on edge, moving it to a fresh, hot part of the pan, and we will brown this edge. Okay, we're obviously not cooking this meat very much. We're just cooking the outside a little bit, giving it that browning, that Maillard reaction, if you want to look that up, that gives us the extra flavor. You're going to get a little smoke. Smells good, doesn't it? So if you have a vent in your kitchen, you should probably turn that on, or open a window. We'll get a little bit of smoke. It's nothing to worry about. It does smell delicious, but it might set off a smoke detector or annoy your dog. Okay, sometimes you have to hold the meat up a little bit on edge. So it sort of sticks a little bit. Hard to balance soft pieces. Okay, I'm going to pull that out of the pan, and then I'm going to just deglaze the pan with a little bit of water. Okay, that's the only thing you should really clean a cast iron pan with is water. Plus, the deglazing here takes a lot of steam, but the juice that's left you can add to the pot roast. It'll be very flavorful because of all the browning that's stuck to the pan from the meat. All right, so I'm going to put this pot roast here in a crock pot. You could also use a Dutch oven, or you could even do it on a stovetop in a pot at a very low temperature. Add some carrots, some golden potatoes, some celery, put in some onions, and some mushrooms. Mushrooms go well. They add a nice, mushrooms and beef love each other. They go very well. And a can of diced tomatoes. I also like to throw in a few bay leaves, and you'll see me do that. I'm adding here some beef stock. You can use any liquid you want, any flavorful liquid. You could even use just water if that's all you have. I've used tomato juice, that works really well, V8 juice. You could use chicken stock if all you have is chicken stock, homemade chicken stock, and that all works. That all works well. There's a few bay leaves that I forgot to video, but I did add. And then we're going to cover it up and set the timer on our crock pot to let this cook all day. Okay. I will let you know that it's not easy to set your crock pot while you're holding a camera, but we'll get it going. So I want this set for 9 hours because that's when dinner time will be, and I've got it on high, and we'll just let it go. Now, at about halfway through, I checked on it and gave it a little stir. You can see the vegetables are starting to cook down now, and we're getting a nice, nice flavorful broth there. And you just want to make sure everything is under the liquid, and cover it up and let it go until dinner time. And when you're done, this is what you've got: delicious meat. When you go to serve it, the meat will just fall right apart, and serve it up. You will have plenty of leftovers that you can freeze or can and save for another time.